Hi, this is Larry with Larry's Bug Safari. Hey, coming at you on May 16th, 2021. And this year what I'm going to have you do is follow me along every week as I'm raising the praying mantises. So let's get started with how I'm getting set up for this year for the praying mantises. So I had my praying mantis egg cases out in the garden over the past couple months, and I just brought them in about a week ago and put them in containers like this, a pretzel container. And as you can see, I've got a European and I've got some Chinese egg cases. Let's give a good look at that. All right, I don't know, I haven't seen a European like this little piece sticking out before, but that's something different. But here we are, the European and the Chinese praying mantis egg cases. Now, I have 3 of these European and I have 2 Chinese praying mantis egg cases. You might ask me, Mr. Flanagan, why would you need so many egg cases if you say 25 to 300 praying mantises are going to come out of this egg case? My answer to you is not every egg case is going to hatch. So I might get 1 egg case to hatch, or maybe I'll get 2. And what I'll do is I'll save 20 or 25 from an egg case, and I'll release the others in the field where I got the egg case from. So that's why I have more than just 1. When I bring them in from the garden, I unwrap them from the window screening I had on them to protect them from birds and ants, and I transfer them into something like this, like a pretzel container. And so when I have them in the pretzel container, I'm going to take them out each day, and I'm going to use my handy spray bottle. And in this spray bottle, I have spring water, but you can use old water that's just laying around. And I spray them every day. Now you might say, well, why do you spray them when there's no live insects walking around here? And that's because when they're out in the yard or the natural environment, they're getting rained on and they're getting that morning dew every day. So I want to simulate the same environment they have when they're out in the field or out in my garden. So that's why I'll spray them each day. And then they naturally progress when the temperatures reach about 70 for 2 or 3 weeks. That's when they'll hatch. So that explains why I spray them. Now that it's May 16th, I want to get ready. So I've taken some old containers, like this old M&M's container, and I've gotten it ready. I picked up some flowers from the local nursery, and I divvied them up into some containers. You can see inside I got the soil, and I took a little crabgrass out of the yard, and I've got a little home for praying mantises once they hatch. And you can do this with something small, or you can do something large if you have a large pretzel container. So what I like to do sometimes is experiment and put 15 or 20 praying mantises in the same container. And as long as I feed them plenty of fruit flies, they pretty much don't eat each other. But over time, any time during their life, if they find an easy meal, like a weaker praying mantis, they'll eat the weaker praying mantis. So it's not the best idea to keep your praying mantis that you want to keep together with another one in the same container. So, but for experimental purposes and just to see how it goes, I throw maybe 15 or 20 in here and keep plenty of fruit flies in there. For you, if you just want to house one, you can try something like this M&M's container. Maybe you got something like that. Or pick up a yogurt at the local grocery store and have an adult take a needle and get it hot and poke holes in the top, and you've got a little house for your praying mantis or other insect if you'd like. And to prepare for the praying mantises, what I did last week was I ordered some flightless fruit flies off the internet. There are many places you can go to order flightless fruit flies. Some of your local pet stores may have them as well. But here's a vial. It has the medium in the bottom and some hay or straw that they climb on. And I'll put it up real close so you might be able to see those. Oh, let's turn that around. Turn that around so you can see them. But you see little flightless fruit flies. What I do is I tap it on the table, down on the table, and then I take the lid off and I throw some in here. So maybe I'll have 10 or 15, and then I tap that on the table, and I transfer them into a smaller container like this vial. And that makes it easier for me when I want to feed one of my praying mantises and just put a couple fruit flies in there. Now I have a manageable number. Unlike working with something like this that has so many fruit flies in it. So I brought my praying mantises in. Be sure that this container never sits in the sun. It'll get much too hot, the sun coming through the plastic. So you always got to keep it somewhere where it's going to stay shaded. But I do bring it out, each day and try to stick it next to the house where I've got some shade, because it's much easier for me to keep them in their natural environment. So I've brought my egg cases into my containers. I've gotten ready with little houses for my praying mantises. I've got my flightless fruit flies. I'm ready to go. I'm just waiting for them to emerge. All right, so I've shown you what I do to prepare to raise praying mantis insects, and I'll have you follow along. Each week I'll give you an update. And for my ranger friends, I'm crossing my fingers that we're going to get some praying mantises to emerge, and maybe next week I can bring some in and show them to you, and you can see some live baby praying mantises. So thanks for watching my video. Like it if you appreciate these, and subscribe so you'll see my future videos. This is Larry from Larry's Bug Safari signing off. Go Rangers. See you soon. Bye now.